Welcome to Salcedo Paranormal. It is Monday, June 13th, 2022, and tonight I'll be sharing some paranormal news. As always, you can find all of the episodes of the podcast along with links to social media, ways to donate, and ways to contact me at the podcast page, and that is salcidoparanormal.podbean.com. That's SALSIDO paranormal.podbean.com. Always happy to hear from you all, whether you have comments or questions or topic suggestions, or if you have stories of paranormal experiences, whether they're your own or from others that you trust. Happy to share those on the show, either by reading them or having you join me here on the show. And we can do that whenever works best for you, with, again, I'm guessing a few exceptions here and there, but if we just we'll get together and figure out a time that works. So, as always, like I said, thank you all for listening. I see you all there in the stream, and I appreciate that. And also, I want to thank everyone that's been listening to YouTube and the podcast feeds. Those numbers keep going up, and it really is amazing to me. So, but I believe that covers everything for today. And so I will go into the stories here. I've already included them in the stream chat, and of course I will include all the links in the episode descriptions, both on the podcast feed and the YouTube feed. So you can all check them out in more detail. There's always a lot more details in the story, and then also images as well that obviously I don't cover in the podcast. Wrong format, obviously. So I just kind of go over them, and that's how we do these shows, Mondays and Fridays. So today and then Friday will be new shows. Then Tuesday and Thursday will be true paranormal stories from the web. Wednesday this week, we have something different, a little bit different planned for everyone. Should be fun, and I'll be having Derek on again, and we'll be talking about something related to comic books, but not quite the same. So that will be a fun episode. So yeah, looking forward to that. So anyway, let me get to these stories here. So this first one is from ohmymag.co.uk, ohmymag.co.uk. And this one says, let me see here. Archaeologists discover never seen before Mayan god sculpture in Mexico. And let's see here. This is I don't know how to say the author's name for sure, but maybe JC. I'm not sure about the last name. Sharma. And I'm sorry about that. But let's see here. So this article says a never before seen Mayan artifact was discovered by archaeologists in Mexico at the archaeological complex of Palenque. So let's see here. There's videos and images in here as well, so check those out. And so the sculpture that was found is, let's see, apparently it's almost 1,300 years old, and it was found in this complex. The artifact, it says, was located in the Maize ruins, Maize ruins in southeastern Mexico. And so let me see here. And that's because, oops, hang on, we got some audio going on here. Not sure who that is. Okay, good. Thank you all. But let me see here. So the reason that was found in that kind of location is the god that was the sculpture was devoted to was, and let's see here. Just looking for right. Okay. So yeah, it's this this figure uh, was a symbol of um, basically the that kind of corn, uh, and it was also facing uh, east to west, which they say would symbolize the birth of the maize plant with the first rays of the sun. Let's see here. So they have some more pictures. Um, and apparently the sculpture was part of an offering that was placed on a pond, which was uh, meant be to represent the entrance to the entrance of the deity to the underworld. So entrance of this maize god into this underworld, which is almost like an afterlife, which is but it's underwater um, in their views, which is really amazing because of the connections to water and the paranormal and all of that. Um, and so it says that the these artifacts, when they're discovered, it's a big deal because they help give people today better ideas about what people at those times um, thought and believed, and so it goes back into that, talking about mythology and beliefs and the birth, death, and resurrection of the maize deity. So, the artifact is in is basically in the process of being preserved because it was found in humid conditions. So it's being dried out in order to preserve it correctly. So, and there's more uh, other figures here. One of these links, I didn't even see this at the time. It says, and I'm not sure how accurate this is, of course, but 7,500 year old ancient goddess relic discovered in Israel. That's pretty amazing right there too. Um, these things showing up now is always, to me, is just fascinating and makes you wonder just what what all is buried uh, under the surface all around. So yeah, Derek sounds about right. Yeah, um, so yeah, I thought that was a neat article, and so I wanted to share that one. But so I'll move on to the next one here. Independent.com. This one says another old civilization predates pharaohs in the mummification process or practice. And I don't even know for sure how to say that author's name, so we'll just leave that there for you all to check out. Um, and so this talks about the way it's pretty well known at this point that Egyptian pharaohs were mummified. That was a big process for them for getting to the afterlife, their version of the afterlife. Which I do want to have a show at some point, maybe in August, just covering uh, different afterlife thoughts and beliefs around the world and similarities and differences. I think I want to do that for August's special end of the month topic based episode. So gonna need some time to take care of that though, to research that. But so this says the people in this one group, I think it's Shintaro. Um, this group of people in Chile's Atacama Desert were the first, apparently, to mummify their dead 7,000 years ago, according to the BBC. Um, and and part of what they're saying, the reason they did this was because of how dry that area is, because it's in a desert. And so I'm guessing that made it easier to do that. So, and I've heard of mummies being found other places around the world as well. So this is really, it's definitely gone beyond just finding them in Egypt at this point, as this article talks about. Now, so this says there were remains of hundreds of marine fishermen who lived in the Pacific coast from 5450 BC to 890 BC. Were found in that region of in this area. A couple of names I'm not going to be able to say. But and it says not only do these mummies reveal the detailed mortuary and artillery practices of the ancient culture, but they provide insight into the social and spiritual structure of their society as well. So, let's see here. It says that in this article that these people were the first funeral practitioners. I wonder how they figured that out. That is really these articles, when they make these claims, I always just wonder how. But so yeah, that's this goes on further, a little bit further, and has pictures and everything. Oh wait, there's not that much more left. I'm sorry. Some of these articles you can't tell because there's ads and stuff. But these remains. Let's see here. Okay, so I already went through that. In 2021, it says these tombs were added to the UNESCO World Heritage List, and just for the archaeological value. And it says they talk about those practices I mentioned, but also they say they provide insight into the. Oh, I already said that. Okay, never mind. Sorry. It gives an example here. It says when workers began digging to build a hotel in 2004, they hit bones less than 1 meter underground, and so instead turned the site into a museum. And mentions there's been a lot of repeating in this article, but apparently there's mummies of all ages in this area that were found, not just the fishermen. So, really amazing discovery there, I think, and so wanted to share that. So, this next one here, this is from ancient-origins.net. They show up in a lot of these episodes. And this one says, let's see here. Where is it? It's talking about dates and going far back. This was from Nathan Fald, F-A-L-D-E. The title is 65,000-year-old, in quotation marks, Swiss Army knife, in quotation marks, tool reveals ancient communication. And 65,000-year-old. That, again, going back, those numbers to me, they start to, when you go back into tens of thousands of years, that blows my mind. But so this says that a team of international scientists has found basically this knife, but they're talking about this area in southern Africa between 60 and 65,000 years ago. and it mentions that similarities in tool making technology shows that they must have had a method of ancient long distance communication. Um, and it says these researchers found that people living in that area in this middle Paleolithic date were using a kind of stone tool known as a backed artifact. And just based on the title of the article, I'm guessing it means it had multiple uses. So, let's see here. Apparently, these tools have been found all through that area. And so I guess that's part of why they're calling it that Swiss Army knife thing. Let's see here. Just trying to skim through the article as well. So, says people in this at this time in this area, southern Africa, between 60 and 65,000 years ago, were trying to create a shared cooperative culture, and so let's see here. The researchers say that this interconnectedness was displayed in their tool sharing practices. Huh. So I don't know. It doesn't really describe the tool very well, but I guess just the idea that these tools were everywhere. So it says in one of the subtitles here, it says ancient communications made the Big Africa exit a success. So it says that the tool that they're talking about in this article has been nicknamed the Stone Age Swiss Army knife of prehistory because apparently it was useful in many different ways. And so let's see here. Just checking out more things, more of this article. So I believe there's a lot more here. But yeah, it'd take a while to get through it all. So just the idea of these ancient tools that apparently were widely distributed and I'm guessing useful in multiple ways. I thought that was a neat idea there, and doesn't surprise me in a way. It goes back to this idea that so many people, it's kind of I think been pushed by different people around the world that people way back then they weren't. This idea has been pushed that people back then weren't intelligent or didn't have couldn't make things or build things, and I think this is another example of that. Yes, they could do those things. So, so I'll leave the rest of the article to you all to check out, and those ancient origins articles are usually very well. They're very good length and have a lot of information. They're really hard to just summarize the entire thing. So, but still good to check out. So let's see here. We're done with the ancient civilizations section here of the show. But moving on to some other more paranormal stuff. And let's see here. So looking at chat here. But yeah, lots of cool images. Again, I always recommend everyone, when you can, join the Discord and check out the check out the Discord and the stream chat that is active during these streams, because there's a lot of comments and even images that I just don't get to share because it just goes too fast, and or I'm reading other things. So definitely join the Discord. The links are in the website and the podcast page. And I post on on the usual places, Twitter, Facebook, and then of course here in Discord. So, but yeah, so I'll go on to this next article here. This is from the dailyrecord.com, and this one says, "Do you believe poll shows third of Americans think Roswell UFO landing plausible?" And this is from William Westhaven. And let me see here. So this is about this poll that basically says what the title said. And it says it was taken just prior to the first congressional hearings on UFO sightings on May 17th of this year. It says it also shows that 12% of people that responded believed the crash in Roswell is very likely to be true, while 285 Americans, or 28%, say that it's not at all likely to be true. So let's see. It says the poll was taken also in correlation to the 75th anniversary of the alleged close encounter, which approaches soon. Or it may have already passed at this point, but soon. And even more than just the article itself, I just thought this was neat to share because it shows you, again, how these ideas, even whether or not it's ever proven that anything alien did show up there or not, these thoughts, they and these events that have been reported, they don't go away in a lot of cases. People still think about them and wonder, and that's good. I don't have much to say about the actual event, whether it was or wasn't alien, because I think there's already been a ton of content out there put out about that, kind of arguing for or against it being that, or just covering the event itself. But it shows, I think, that people are thinking about these things, which is definitely a good thing. I'm definitely okay with that. So yeah, neat article there. And so I'll go on to the next one here. This one is from WION or WIO News. I guess I'm not sure if it's WION News, but WIOnews.com. So it is WION. So they just used the N in the middle for the last and the first letter. Okay. So this one says, UFO sighting. Several onlookers get spooked on spotting a bright light in night sky in the U.S. And this is from, it says edited. So it's basically by the staff here at this paper, or this organization. And so it says, and yet another, I'll just read a little bit of the first paragraph here. And yet another UFO sighting in the U.S., several people were spooked on seeing a bright ball of light in the night sky in Missouri on May 16th. And it says the UFO seemed to have moved across the sky for about an hour. This has been caught in a bizarre video, which I'm guessing they share in this article. And it says that just a few days before that, I guess a friend of the person that took the video saw another strange glow in the sky. So it says the footage shows the light can be seen for the first 30 seconds, and later it changes direction. And the person that caught this, their last name is Bates, said that she She said that it didn't move, or it does move with intent. It seems. Still don't have a clue what it is. So, um, these sightings are always uh, something to me. Now, here's something. This says in the recent months, the several UFO sightings have been reported in the U.S. It also mentions in Amarillo, Texas, there was a meat packing plant worker had claimed to see or to film an orb plunging into the ground. I think I shared that article before as well. Yeah, it seems familiar. So let's just talking about these different sightings that are still happening. Again, I don't know what they are, but we were talking about this the other night in a voice chat. There definitely seem to be weird things happening all around the world. Maybe even more so, or at least they're more easily put out there to everyone now than they used to be. Whether there's more events or not, I don't know. But yeah, so neat article there. Yeah, I have two more links left here to share, and then we'll go from there. Let's see here. Yeah. So Derek says the percentage of belief is especially interesting when you think about humans manifesting the phenomena. Yeah, definitely. That's something. The whole co-creation thing, I think, is definitely a part of it, where it takes not only whatever or whoever is out there, possibly causing some of these things, it takes that along with people to make things happen. And I do believe that is it happens that way, and or at least it can happen that way, and just based on some of my own experiences, for sure. So this one is from abc15.com, and this one says 7 spots in Phoenix, which is Arizona, with paranormal activity. So this says goes into this. Let's see here. So this is talking about haunted places. Let's see here. Looking at it more, it doesn't really. So apparently this might just be a video. But it says that. Let's see here. I think it's just a video. So in that case, I'm sorry, but check it out. I didn't know that they would do that. Okay, there's a little bit here. This says that tragedies in different locations around the area are believed to be the causes for paranormal activity in the spots that they mentioned, I guess, in the video. So it's from recordings of creepy voices to pictures, photographs of glowing orbs. Says that these places have something weird going on. And getting down the article, they have a ton of links to other things, but nothing really. I'm guessing it's in the video. I'll have to watch out for that from now on. So I apologize for that one, but it's still there. You can check it out and see what it shows. So as always, I'm still learning how to do all these things. So thank you all for being patient. So this last article says, it's from the website is gizmodo.com. Although I've seen it in other locations as well. And covered in other places as well, which is kind of funny in a way. This says Texas City asks public for help identifying strange figure outside Amarillo Zoo. And it says this human animal, in parentheses, or alien, parentheses close, is difficult to identify. And this is by Matt Novak. And this is, like I said, it showed up in a lot of links. But so y'all can check out the picture. and it was caught outside this zoo on security cameras um, last month. The official Facebook page for the city has put up or found a lot or got received a lot of guesses as to what it is, but no one knows for sure what the seemingly bipedal cryptid could be. And there's been all kinds of guesses lately and jokes about what it could be. These things, though, to me, they're interesting in a way because it seems like there are more and more of these videos or pictures showing up, and who knows how many of these are fake or misidentified, or in some cases maybe actually something strange going on there. And so that's why I like to share them, because I don't expect them to be proven to be anything strange really, but just almost as a reminder to everyone to just keep looking out there and watching for things and watching for articles about places and like this, I think, and then if you're ever in those areas, just see what how they feel or maybe what you experience there. Just something I think they're good to keep in mind at all times. So, so let's see here. This was caught apparently in an early morning, the early morning of May 21st. So around 1:25 a.m. it says, and so first I make jokes about it, but yeah, so neat image. It definitely looks bipedal. It definitely looks, I don't know. You all can check it out and put in your thoughts as to what it looks like. I can definitely, just looking at myself, I can definitely see maybe the suggestion of ears, almost like a werewolf cryptid kind of thing. Maybe Dogman, I don't know. But yeah, it's still, whatever it is, it's a weird image for sure. So so let's see. Yeah, so neat sighting there. Even just to think about the possibilities of what it could be. So that does it for today. I was saying in the chat earlier I wanted to get more links for tonight, but I ran out of time, so which happens. But that just means that Friday's show, we should have full 10 or so articles to share for that night's show. So that should be fun. So that'll do it. And thank you all for listening. And I will talk to you all tomorrow night. I'll be back with some true paranormal stories from the web on the next episode of Salcedo Paranormal. Take care, everyone.